For over a decade, social media was driven by a single playbook: high production values, professional lighting, and rigid brand guidelines. If your content looked like a television commercial, the platforms rewarded you with reach. That era ended when generative AI pushed the cost of visual perfection to practically zero. Today, anyone can produce a flawless, studio-quality image in seconds, which has stripped visual polish of its ability to hold attention. These two trends diverged sharply. As the flood of synthetic media rose, average user trust and engagement fell. People became skeptical of curated feeds. Instagram responded by rebuilding its core architecture. The platform now indexes content for proof of humanity rather than aesthetic perfection. This creates a new reality for content teams. Investing in expensive production now acts as a specific algorithmic liability because the system flags that level of polish as a signal of synthetic origins. Instagram leadership officially designated 2026 as the Year of Raw Content, a structural shift designed to favor real-world documentation over digital artifice. This mandate actively penalizes the traditional brand aesthetic, content that is overly polished, highly governed, and scrubbed of any visible human flaws. The system now prioritizes unedited handheld video. It looks for shaky camera work and natural lighting, proving a real person is standing behind the lens. This presents a central dilemma. To survive algorithmically, you have to choose between maintaining the safety of a corporate brand and adopting an unpolished style that feels authentic to the platform. This shift is solidifying as the primary reason organic reach often stalls for established creators. The recommendation engine is now looking for a human signature that a polished corporate aesthetic rarely provides. To understand how to navigate this, we need to compare the old 2024 playbook against the 2026 reality across three specific variables. First, the aesthetic shift. The raw playbook relies on native mobile recording, earning the 40 to 60% distribution boost on Reels and Explore. The trade-off? You lose stringent brand governance and must allow visible imperfections to reach the public. The second variable is the content origin mandate. Instagram's AI now detects and penalizes accounts publishing 10 or more reposted or watermarked clips. If you hit that 10 repost threshold, your account is entirely excluded from recommendations for non-followers. You effectively become invisible to new audiences. This eliminates the ability to rely on low-effort curation. You are now required to put actual creative energy into filming original content natively on the app. In 2026, curation is no longer a viable growth strategy. Original, human-centric creation is the minimum requirement for visibility. Instagram now uses user-empowered curation called Your Algorithm, giving users a dashboard to explicitly add or remove specific content topics. Because users can surgically block categories, you must commit to highly specific pillars. Broad, general interest content makes it too easy to be filtered out. Niche consistency is a technical requirement, allowing the AI to route your content to high-intent feeds. The trade-off? You lose the ability to jump on broad pop culture moments or viral trends that sit outside your industry. Narrowing your focus will likely result in slower growth for vanity metrics like follower count and total raw impressions. However, the audience you do gain is highly targeted and significantly more likely to convert. A small audience that has explicitly chosen not to filter your topic is structurally more valuable than a massive disconnected one. Finally, we have to look at the engagement metrics. Passive likes have been deprioritized in favor of a single metric, sends per reach, or direct message shares. Content must function as a communication tool. It needs to be something people send to a friend, like a relatable professional frustration or a contrarian industry take. When a post is shared privately, the algorithm treats it as the ultimate trust signal, distributing it exponentially to lookalike audiences. Conversely, a beautiful image generating high likes but no shares hits a dead end, quietly buried. If your post doesn't give a viewer a reason to send it to a colleague, the algorithm will treat it as invisible. To navigate these changes, you have to map these algorithmic realities against your specific organization and its risk tolerance. This strategy mapper plots aesthetic governance on the vertical axis against the spectrum of polished versus raw content. Solo creators and small businesses fall into the bottom right quadrant. they have a distinct structural advantage because they can pivot to raw content without a committee. If you're a solopreneur, stop investing in expensive studio gear, leverage mobile authenticity, and trade your creative freedom for strict niche discipline. A lack of corporate oversight is now a measurable algorithmic advantage. Most enterprise and B2B brands sit in the top left. For these teams, adopting a raw content style can feel like a threat to brand equity, but continuing to post hyper-polished corporate advertisements organically to Reels is a guarantee of zero reach. The solution is a hybrid approach. Confine your highly polished brand assets to the home feed and paid ads, where your existing relationships and budget can sustain them. Then use Reels and Stories for unedited, employee-led documentation. This is where you prove your humanity to the discovery engine. The 2026 algorithm does not calculate your production budget. It exclusively measures and rewards the proof that a human is behind the camera.